Hello everyone, I'm going to show you in this video how to make this controller from Nintendo in Plasticity. I know it's a simple object, but I wanted to start with something more basic to show people, to show beginners how you can make something easily and quickly. We're going to start by putting the reference. Just find it here. Here it is. Oh yeah, by to put references here in Plasticity, you just go to the view you want to place the image in, and you just literally drag it. Um, I know Plasticity has some new measuring tools. I think it's on 1.4 update, but this is how I've been doing it. I know it's maybe not the best way, but it works. So first, you see the width of the controller. It's 144 millimeters, which is 14.4 centimeters, which is what I have here. Centimeters. So you create the line, and it's gonna be like super small, but it's fine. And it doesn't need to be like exact. This isn't a project to print or anything. Like this is just practice, or maybe just for rendering or portfolio or whatever you need it for. So once you have this, what I like doing is, let me hide the reference. So maybe I'm going too fast. Okay, I'm gonna slow down. So I'm gonna use this cube just for references, but this is not the actual uh, start for the model I'm gonna be using. So just use this cube for references, and I'm gonna click S for scale, and I'm gonna use the handle, and I'm just gonna eyeball the width of this that we know it's 14 centimeters, 14.4 or so. So now that we have the width, we are gonna check the height, which is 61, which is 6.1 centimeters. We create another reference, roughly 6.1. Yeah. And let me hide this again so we can see. I'm gonna put it like really close. Okay, so whenever you move something, if you're like a complete beginner here in Plasticity, you select like, go to, which is edge selection, select it, G for move, and then G again if you want to move with both axes, or just this handle, and you make it somewhat here. And then 4 for like the whole body, S for scale, then you just roughly make it. And I know maybe there's better ways for measuring this and making it precise, but like I said, I'm not planning on doing like this exactly the same, as close as possible, which is fine. Okay, now that we have the height and the width, I'm gonna put this in the origin, and we can delete this. Okay, so now this reference is huge, but it's fine. We can just select it, SS. Let's drag it down. Okay, I have a shortcut for like this no faces. Like I do Alt W for wireframe and Alt Q for faces. But you can go here, right click and show edges and show faces. And if you wanna set a shortcut for that, you can just go. I think it's viewport something. Viewport. Yeah. Navigate. Toggle faces, and I have Alt Q and toggle edges. Alt W. Okay, and then yeah, if you wanna, I'm sorry, if you wanna just like for example, select create a shortcut for bridge, right click and assign shortcut, and then you just click whatever you wanna. So okay, so I'm gonna not show the faces. Select the image again, and I'm going to scale it down roughly. Place it in place, if that's how you say it. Okay, yeah, something a little bit bigger. Okay, so now we have our reference and our cube, which with the dimensions. Okay, top. Okay, what I like to do as well is let me just. I'm like moving this backwards, and I like to also line up roughly the top view. So okay, for example, now I changed to I was in the front view. I'm sorry, and then I go to the top, and I drag the image again from the top. But I'm gonna use this one. Can roughly line it up, but wait. So I think this. Oh, okay. It's 15 millimeters, which is 1.5 centimeters. Height again. Height again. Again, this is gonna be like super small because the controller is small. Roughly 1.5. Okay. So then we can G for move. If you hold control, it's gonna snap to the origin, and then we can scale it on the axis uniformly. This one closer. This is like the most boring part, but we have to do it if we wanna get like the proportions right, or at least closer to what it is in real life. S for scale. Okay, we have the dimensions correctly from every angle. Okay, so now we can unhide the top reference, select it, and again scale. And like I said, this is huge because the object is not that big. Fine, we can just scale it. Just bear with me with this boring part, and I'm gonna show you how to make the controller. It's gonna be cool. Oh my god. Okay, so we here. Like I said, if you don't have to be super precise. I know plasticity has the power to make precise cuts and precise objects, and maybe that's like the whole purpose of it, but not for this case. Also, what I wanted to show you is I'm a game artist. Like I work in the gaming industry, so I wanted to show you that plasticity can also be used for game assets, even though its main purpose maybe it's not that. So yeah, okay. So we have it lined up here, top. We can also line. Yeah, let's do that. We already have the measurements. It's just a matter of scaling this, which is this. Oh, and then, like I said, I was in the top view. Now I'm in the left view, which there's also shortcuts for that, but I don't use them really. I think it's Control 1, Control 2, and Control 3 or something like that. Scale it again. And I don't want to speed anything up because I know there's going to be people that want to learn plasticity who are new to the software. And I'm trying to show the full process on how to model this. Oh, by the way, sometimes I think it's preferences. I don't like this function checked because okay, like if you checked it, is rotate around cursor, and wherever your cursor is, the camera is gonna rotate around if my cursor is here. But I don't like it because sometimes it's like trickier to get the rotation you want. So I use this one unchecked, and whatever I think it was last focused on is gonna be like the axis you're gonna be orbiting around. So what I like doing is selecting the object I'm working on, and then I'm a Maya user, so in Maya it's F for framing, but here's the slash key on your numpad. So just slash, and it's gonna frame, and you're gonna rotate it. It doesn't matter like where you move; it's always rotating on the same. Sometimes it can be tricky, so, but you just click again to frame it, and it's fine. Like you're back to normal. So, oh, okay. Sorry about that. So let's go back. So we have it lined up here, here, and here. So now let's select all these, Control G to group them, double click REF for references, and now like we can just hide them all, but we're gonna leave them as is right now. So like I said, we're not gonna use the cube, the solid, we're just gonna delete it with X. And oh yeah, also you have this, which I also use the shortcuts for them. So Alt Shift Z is for the grid, which is sometimes useful, and this one, which is like the X-ray mode, which I don't normally use it. Like sometimes I use it, but I don't normally use it. So okay, so I'm gonna show you how to start with this. Okay, so we're gonna go to center circle, and we're gonna create the full profile of it like this. Shift D to duplicate it, or no, wait. Let's just cancel. Do we have it? So let's just select this one and Alt X for mirror. We select the X-axis, right click to confirm, and we have both sides like equally distance from the origin. So okay, so now that we have this, we can even maybe make it more perfect. But like I said, it's not the purpose of this. We're just trying to show you how plasticity can make something like this. So now we click line. I like going like this. I don't know if this is like the best way, but it works. So now it's on the middle. Then you click here, and then it needs to say tangent like here, because otherwise the connection is gonna be, it's not gonna be correct. It's gonna show like a weird line there, and but if you make a tangent, it's gonna look correct. So now that we have that one, let's create this one. T for trimming, then 2, and let's select them, J, 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 and we make it all a single curve. Like it's not multiple curves, because otherwise you're going to be able to manipulate it. So then we click 1, select both of these, B for bevel, and let's create that curve. Okay, yeah, let me show that. So I select them, and when I clicked B, it's chamfering it, like you see it, instead of giving like a curve connection, it's just like a straight chamfer. So then you click D, and instead of being like chamfer, it's a bevel. So you create like roughly the curvature you want. Now we select them again and place it correctly. And let's go back, because let's place it correctly. Select both of them, B, D. There we go. Okay, now that we have the profile, we can go. Okay, maybe I'm going too fast. So let's go back. So I'm here. I'll start, like I want to extrude this so we can get the thickness of the controller. So I'm in just no faces. So if I try to select the face, I can do it, but it's going to be trickier, and maybe I'm not going to be able to know if I'm selecting it or not. So I just go back to show faces, and by selecting the face, you immediately, by not clicking anything, it goes to extrude by default, and that's nice because you don't need to do anything. You just select it and it's already on extrude. So just give it a little thickness and right click to confirm. Like that's just like second nature after a little bit. Um, so let's go again here and align it with the reference. So we have the correct thickness. Oh, no. I scaled it by accident. So thickness, we move it here. And so we have it like roughly there. Okay. So now, like, let me show you the pure ref that I have, the simple pure ref that I have. So as you can tell here in our plasticity model, this is like very sharp. And I know a lot of people that already know 3D already know this, but like I said, I want also beginners to be able to know why I'm doing what I'm doing. So uh, this is completely sharp, and on the controller, obviously, it's not. It has like a very prominent bevel. So I'm gonna get that shape right first. Um, so we can do that by you can like eyeball it and just do it like this, and it's fine. But let's try to. Okay, let's in plasticity you can fill it things by just selecting this, and it's gonna fill it the whole loop, even though I'm not selecting every single edge from the loop. So just select this two, and you can click D, and it goes automatically to the bevel instead of chamfering. But I prefer like using this handle. This handle it feels more precise. Maybe I know this is like more of a Blender usage of the gizmos, but I'm not used to that, so I prefer to click it here. Okay, so let's select both. Also, if you use sometimes when you use the handle, it goes directly to chamfer, like in this case, and then you just need to click D. Sometimes if you forget like the shortcuts for this, here you can see like chamfer is C, and like the bevel, the fillet, it's D. So okay, let's go select this, go here, not show faces, D, and we can get like the curvature, the bevel from here. So okay, so now we have the bevel. Right click to confirm, and look how it's going. We can go to front view and we can start getting like these holes for the D-pad or for the buttons. So let's do that, okay? And then we can go get this in the back. It's a really simple object, but with these things I'm showing you, you can do a lot of more objects or start practicing and then do some cool guns and stuff, like really cool stuff with plasticity. And I really been liking plasticity, so that's why I want to keep plasticity going, and I want to give back to the community because I've been enjoying it so far. So okay, okay, let's go back here on your tools, on your creation bar thingy. You can go to center circle, and it's gonna show you like the center of this first circle that we created. So it's a really nice guideline. So I'm gonna delete it. So if you click here and you use the center circle, you just click once, start doing like a Y, like the, how do you call it, like the size of it, and then just click again and right click to confirm, and there you have it, like the outline for the hole. So I'm gonna move it here so you know what I'm doing, but you can leave it there if you want. So okay, so then I'm constantly going with no wireframe and no faces, but you can, like I said, do the shortcuts or constantly be clicking here, like not showing and show. But okay, so you click 3 or go here for faces, select the faces, and like I said, it automatically goes for extrude, and you give it a little bit of thickness. It doesn't matter how much because uh, you can modify it while you're boolean doing the boolean operation. So like we can see here, it's like a hole for this cylinder, and then this cylinder has these little holes, and then this little piece has these two holes for the button. So let's do first this big hole for this cylinder, with the XAYB. Okay, so which is this outline that we created. So we select first the object we want to cut, and then the object we want to cut with, and then click G. I mean, what? Not G, Q, and then we can like move it, and it live it it updates live. So we don't want to go like too deep. It's fine. It's just here. Right click to confirm, and there we have it. We have the Boolean operation that easily. So now, like I said, we want this piece, this cylinder, so we can cut it for the buttons. So what we can do, since we know already the size of the cylinder, we click 3, select the face that we want to use, Shift D to duplicate, and then it creates like this sheet. And I don't want to move it because I want it to start from there. And then here it's like thicken sheet. You click that. With this handle, you can give it thickness. And okay, what I want to show you here is like, for example, we make it this big, but it's not this big, obviously. It doesn't go that far. But with this tool, let's select the face, and you can click here, match face. And then we click this face, and there we go. We have the object like right here, like exactly where we want it. And right now, if you're not showing like wireframe or anything, it doesn't even show. But we're gonna, okay, this is something I wanted to talk about as well, but like we're gonna give it micro fillets in the end just for presentation purposes. But if you're gonna use this for a game asset, which is what I'm mainly gonna use plasticity for, like we don't want a micro fillet ever. We just leave the Boolean operations and the modeling operations as they are, and then we use that file to do the high poly and the low poly, but we don't microfill it here. But I'm gonna microfill it in this tutorial just for like presentation purposes, and so that you know how to do it here in Plasticity. So so yeah, now that we have the piece, we know that we want to cut this piece with this shape. Okay, so okay, let's go. Also, having references makes this way easier and more accurate than just eyeballing it. So we're gonna create a circle, roughly the size that we want it. G to place it correctly. And I'm doing this outer circle, not the buttons yet. So we place it here, duplicate here, confirm, right click to confirm. And then like we did before. Oh no, like let's there. Here, tangent, confirm. Tangent confirm. Then T for trimming, by, right click to confirm, 2 for selection, J to join, J to join, and now we have the outline for the buttons, Shift D to duplicate, and we have both outlines. So now we go back again, 3 for faces, extrusion, right click to confirm, 4 for body, we select this body, both this. Okay, maybe I'm going too fast. Okay, let's just delete these curves. We don't need them anymore. Up, X for deleted. We select this body, and this body. And like I said, remember just first the one you want to cut, and then the ones you want to cut with. And you can Q, and by default it goes to difference, which is like cutting. Union is QQ or whatever. Let's just focus with difference right now. So we move them to cut, let's say something like this, and right click to confirm. So now we have that hole, which is exactly what we want. Perfect. And then again, okay, now I'm gonna do the holes for these buttons. Up, 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 up. Oh no, never mind. No, now I'm sorry. I'm gonna create. What am I doing? I'm gonna create this piece, this light gray piece that goes inside the hole we just created. So like I did before, 3, select these pieces, Shift D to duplicate, and it gives us like this face sheet, which we are gonna thicken by clicking this button, thicken sheet, and use this handle to give thickness. And again, it doesn't matter how much thickness you give it. We're gonna match it. Select these faces, match face, boom. Now we have it perfectly faced, matched, I mean, and we have like these pieces inside here. And like I said, if you don't use the wireframe, you cannot see it, but it's fine. It doesn't matter once we give it like the bevel each piece needs, you're gonna be able to see it like just like here, like in real life. Also, if you use it for the high poly, once you do the smoothing in the high poly, you're gonna be able to see it. So it's fine. It's fine. Also, if you don't like them being exactly the same size, you can just scale it. But I don't like doing that. Whatever. Okay, so we go front side again, front side again, and we're gonna do the holes for the buttons. So Alt Q again for not showing faces, center circle, and again, like it gives us this center point whenever we created the first circle here. This is the center of the first circle we created. So we can start here. Like also here, for example, I want to go a little bit further, but it's not letting me because it's snapping to this big circle. So whenever that happens, you just hold Control and it's like a free, like it doesn't snap to anything. So you just create it here and right click to confirm, and maybe just move it here. Boom. Shift D to duplicate. Right click to confirm. We go back. Alt Q for showing faces. Select, extrude, delete to keep clean, and 4 for body. Select the body we want to cut. Select the bodies we want to cut with. Q, difference, and move them in. Boom. Okay, should have, yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna Control Z so I can duplicate this first because we need them. Shift D, move them, and we're gonna put them here so we can do the Boolean operation at the same time. Keep it here. Alt Q, and again, I think you cannot cut two objects at the same time. Like, let's do this one first. Like Q, boom, right click to confirm, and then look, I'm gonna show you something else. So it doesn't really matter because the button is gonna be covering it, but let's just show you anyway. So select this, boom, boom, Q, and for example, if I start cutting here, it's not gonna be the same distance here from here because I'm just free cutting it, like I'm just eyeballing it. So what we can do is I'm gonna cancel it. I'm gonna separate these ones, and like we're gonna match the faces. Like we can select both these faces, match faces, and we can match it to here. And now it doesn't matter that it's big. We know that the distance that it's gonna be cutting is the same here because we matched the ends. So right click to confirm, body, boom, 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 cut. Okay, and now we have them the same, both of them. Like I said, the button is gonna be covering it, but it's nice to practice that so you keep them uh, equidistant, I think the word is in English. Okay, so now we can create the buttons. And like you can see, these two are different than these two. So again, select faces, Shift D to create a face sheet, thicken, and these ones we do want them like popping out, like something like this maybe. And you know what? Again, let me do them at the same time. So the buttons are the same. So for some reason, my recording failed. I finished the whole controller and And from this point forward, there was no audio, and like there was no more commentary. So I just went back and I'm just gonna redo it from here. So, like I was saying, I duplicated this, Shift D, and then I thicken the sheet. If I'm going faster, it's because this is my third time doing the controller, but I really wanted to finish it so I can share it with you all guys. Uh, so yeah, I thicken this and make them all a body, and then select the faces, and we match them with the references. So like I was saying, I mentioned I don't know if this was caught up in the video or not, but I was mentioning that I'm making these buttons and they are different. Like this from these have like a just a bevel here, and it's more like a rounded top, and this one are like more like a it goes inwards like a little pool. So for these ones, let's do these ones first. That the like the dark purple, these ones, which are easier to just do like a big bevel, and they're done. And now for these ones, oh yeah, let me delete this. So for this one, I just duplicate this part. I thicken it a little bit. I can isolate it, and I remember that I mentioned that for isolating, you select the body and you click F, and you can isolate, and you can I do Control 1 like in Maya, so you can put a shortcut for that if you want. So let me remove this because it's annoying. So now you just bevel this, fillet, like a big fillet, so it's like rounded. Scale it. We can squeeze it. And then we can select this body, this one Q, something like this. And right click to confirm. And then we can delete like this small face and bevel fillet this part. And there we go. We have the inwards button and the outwards button. So now we can just go to the front view again, show the reference, body, select this one, Shift D, and we can place it here. We can put it in place. Something like this. Okay. So we have those buttons now. Yeah, I can talk about that at the end because I don't remember if I already said it. So now we can go work on this part. We go to center circle. Oh, wait. Okay, let me show it. So for this one, it's just like a little inset. It's not that deep. Extrude it just a little bit. Doesn't matter because we can modify it. 4 Q and just a little bit. And then we can create like the cross. And I also mentioned this when I was recording it, but it looks like the reference is not perfectly centered, so just ignore that this doesn't match. Like also the cross, I'm gonna do a center rectangle, so it's gonna be on the center of the circle, but it's not gonna match perfectly with the reference. So just create one, Shift D, R for rotate, Control for like snapping on the angles, and then it looks like it matched. So okay, so now T for trimming, trim all this, all the extra, right click for confirm, 2 for selection, select all of them, J for joining, B for bevels, and just like a little bevel so the corners are rounded. So now let's go to faces, extruded, select with for the body, this body, Q, and let's go inwards. Let's just select this one and delete it. So again, let's select this face, Shift D for the sheet, thicken, and let's make it, we can can see here up to where? Right here. Okay. So now we can isolate it. 2 for edges. B, I mean handle for fillet. D for rounded fillet, not chamfer. And something like this, like a big fillet. And then de-isolate. Okay, so in the reference, we can see that it has like a circle in the middle, like a circle detail. So we can do that first. So, okay. Center circle. Something like this. Faces, extrude. We can isolate it. 2 for edges, fillet, and like rounded fillet. Can delete this one. 4 for body, Q. Maybe I'm going too fast. Like select this body, and then Q. And we can do something like this. There we go. We have that detail. And it also has like these triangles. And we can, for that one, I like going here and doing like just half the triangle. Like you stop here and right click, and then Alt X. There we go. We have both sides. Select them both. J for join. Extrude the face. Oh no, before extruding the face, I think it's easier here. Like select the, join them again. Doesn't want to join. X, finish, join. Supply edges intersect. Okay, let's just do it again. You know, X, join. Yeah, there we go. For some reason, it didn't want to join before. So now that we have this, we click B, D. We make them like round on the edges. We extrude the face. We can delete the curve now, and select the body. We can put it in place. Hold Control and snap it to the middle. Maybe a little bigger here. Okay. So before the Boolean operation, this is a cool tool that you can use for whenever you want to like do the same detail on multiple sides and them being equidistant. So you just click radial array, center of the object you want to duplicate them on, and then on the number of sides, like just select 4, and you have them like in the same spot all around. So click OK. And now we can select the body and then the cut bodies and click Q. And they're not that deep, so here. And there we go. We have those details now. What else? Let's do the middle buttons. So again, center circle. We go here, here, move it in place. Shift D for duplicate. Oh, there we go. Shift D, move it in place, and then Shift A for line, or just click it on the line. Sorry. So here, tangent. Here, tangent. T for trimming. Delete all these. 2 for selection, select all, and J for join. Shift D for duplicate, and just put it here on the other side. So 3 for faces, not that one. 3 for faces, extrude. We can delete these lines. 4 for body, select the main body and the cutouts, and then Q. And there we go. in. And as you can see in the reference, it has like a little chamfer. I don't know if you can see in the video, but it has like a small chamfer on the main border. So I'll select these edges and C for chamfer. Like you saw, if I select them, like it's automatically doing like a fillet, like a bevel. But if we are doing it and click C, it converts into chamfer. Also, if you're doing a chamfer and you click D, like you can switch around between them. But for this one, we need chamfer, and there we go. And we have the chamfer for the buttons. So now again, like we've been doing, we select the faces, Shift D, thicken, and like make them prominent, and then for this one's just bevel with fillet, not chamfer. And there we go. You have the buttons now. Okay. So top. For this ones, let's create the triggers. We're gonna do the triggers. So this part. This. Okay. So for these ones, again, we create the outline for the hole. I'm gonna become an expert at modeling this Nintendo controller. Oh, now line, middle, tangent. Let's isolate it so I can snap it just to here, and it's not snapping anywhere else. Tangent. T for trimming. Let's trim this. Right click for OK. 2 for selection. J for joining. Okay, so let's delete this. Now, 4 for body. Alt X to mirror. So we have them on both sides the same. Select the main body. These cuts and Q. Put them in place like somewhat deep. Wait. Let's select the main body because maybe this is just for me, but this might be too deep. So let's just move it here. And also for this one, let's move it a little bit. Okay. So again, main body, this one's cut and somewhat deep, something like this. Okay. So now select the faces. Just one. Shift D, thicken, front view, height. Okay. Okay, it might have been a little longer. Okay, yeah, let's fix that. It's fine because we can just go back, delete this, front view. No, oh no, that's not what I want to do. Okay, G, let's move it a little bit down. S, and let's scale it a little bit. Yeah, okay. So Alt X, confirm, main body. This one's Q, somewhat deep. Okay, face, Shift D, thicken, select the face, front. There we go. Okay. So now, from the front view, we can create this cutout. So with this line selected, we click C, and then we click the body we want to cut, and we got like these two bodies separate all around. So we delete this one. We select this line so we can create the curve because it's not straight, as we can see here. Okay, let me go back. So 2 for selection, then move this handle, and it's going to chamfer it. Then click the mid operation, and there you go. So this is not that prominent. Okay. So let's select it. Alt X, X. There we go. What else? So okay, I was saying before, and I'm gonna repeat it just so you know, because there was no audio in the previous one. So I was mentioning that I don't remember. I remember playing this console, but it was my dad's, and I was super little. So I don't know which one's like the actual original one. I think it's this one because I don't think this port was existent when the Nintendo was originally launched. So it might be this one, the one that is the original. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna be making this one because it has like more buttons and more details that I can show you how to work with them. So I'm gonna be doing this one, even though it might not be like the original one, but it's fine. We're just doing this for practice to learn a little bit of plasticity. So okay, next I'm gonna be doing these ones, these little ones, and then this ones and the whole. Okay, so let's go to the top, and again we're gonna do the same shape. It's smaller, like way smaller. Let's move it into place, somewhat here, duplicate it here, line here to tangent here. Wait, my bad. Oh yeah, maybe it's the same problem. It's isolated. Yeah, it's trying to snap to something else. That's why it's not giving me what I want. So okay, so trim that. T for trimming, trim the excess. 2 for selection, select everything. J for joining. De-isolate, if that's how you say it. Then Alt X, X, and let's duplicate it one more time. Put it in the middle. And this one is supposed to be longer, a little bit wider. Okay, so let's do these ones first. 3 for faces, extrude, delete all the, oh no, not this one. Delete these lines. 4, select this, Q, and select this, Q, and there we go. A little bit in. 3 for this one, extrude. Actually, this one, let's make it way longer. So 4, this, select the main body, then select this one, Q, and let's make this one like more profound because I want to do something inside there. Okay, so let's do this one first before the buttons. Okay, so select this inside, Shift D for duplicate, thicken, and let's thicken it up until somewhat here. I'm doing like this casing, like this housing, or however you would call it, like the inside, the metal part. So select this face, O for offset, okay, right click to confirm, 3 for face, and then let's make it like an extra, oh, make an extrude here. Right click to confirm. So now we have this, and we can create like the middle square part, this square part. So center rectangle, control for more precise. Let's make it thin. 3 for face, extrude, body, G for move, and let's move it like here. Actually, let's not be lazy. Let's 3 for face, face, and match it here. And this, like, we can just something like this, body, bam, and let's put it in place somewhere here. I don't know if it's supposed to be like in the middle, but we can leave it in the middle. I'm sorry about that. So there we go. Now let's let's make these small buttons. So like we were doing before, 3 for faces, select them, Shift D, thicken, even thicken, thickness I mean, and there we go. I think we can already like, no, not yet. Okay, so we have that. What else are we missing? Just the back, I think. I'm sorry if I'm going faster. I just don't want to waste a lot of your time. And this, like I said, I'm doing this all over again. So, oh yeah, we're missing this small hole. So let's go to the top circle. Just a small circle. Thing like this. 3 for face. Extrude like we've been doing. Body here. Select the main body. Q. See if that's correct. Yeah. Can delete this. I think maybe it's a little bit closer. And this is like something super cool about plasticity. We already made the Boolean operation, but we can still like move this wherever we need it. We don't need to do again the Boolean operation, and that's like really cool. Okay, so I think we're just missing the back part. Let's hide the references, and I'm gonna put this one here. Okay, so let's go to the back side, and yeah, okay. I wanted to mention here, like for example, these holes in the original piece are for the screws, and that's why I have this one here. And I was gonna show how to make the screw, but I don't think it's really necessary at this moment, because like I was mentioning, like the whole purpose of this whole tutorial, even though I'm not going to show it in this video, it's to show people that we can use plasticity for game assets. So I was going to say that these holes, if you were going to use it for a game asset, you would do them in the high poly, but then these parts, since you cannot see inside, like you cannot even see the screws, you would paint them with pure black color, and it would look like there's a hole there, and there's the idea of the hole there, but you cannot see like the actual screws. So I'm gonna make the holes, but I'm not gonna make the screws, even though it's like super easier, and you can make them with the same methods I've been showing. Like it's just a half sphere, and you cut like the cross, like we did with the numpad, and that's it. Like you don't need to model any of these, just the head, and place it there if you would want to do it, but you don't need to. Okay, so I'm gonna do these holes. So again, let's create like the size of the hole that we need, something like this. Shift D, place it somewhere here. Shift D, there we go, and then select both of these. Alt X, X. Okay, I didn't click this one. Alt X, X, right click, and then let's extrude them. Select the faces, extrude them, select the body, main body, screw holes, Q. Oh, this is cool. I didn't know you could do this. Like, apparently, if you select maybe just this and then click Q, you can add to the selection by shift and selecting. I didn't know that. That's cool. That's actually pretty useful. So you just make the holes, and then let's make this square part. So center rectangle, somewhat the size of it. Let's place it, then click B for rounding the corners, then D, and there we go. We can make them a little bit round, maybe a little bit bigger. There we go. 3, extrude, delete the curve, 4 for the main body, Q, and this one is, my bad. This one is not that deep. Something like that. Okay, there we go. I think that's it. Oh yeah, okay, never mind. That's not it. I wanted to mention also that this line, this center line, in real life is supposed to be because it's two pieces, like it's the back plate and the front plate. So if you're going with these, if you're making these as a game asset, you don't need to. I mean, you can, but there's no need for that because you're never gonna see the inside. If there's a need for in the game to you be able to see the inside, you can make them as separate plates. But for now, I'm just gonna show you how to make the center line to give the idea of separation, even though there's not gonna be like separate parts. Also, I'm gonna be showing that after microfilleting. And this is also something that I wanted to mention. I mentioned it earlier when I was talking about the holes for the buttons, but for example, this model as I have it right now is already finished for used in either if you need it for high poly or low poly, like you can take this one out and do the high poly with it without the need of doing the fillet here in plasticity. Like if you were gonna use this for a game asset, this is where you would stop. Like this is where you would stop doing anything here in plasticity. So right now for this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how you can like microfillet everything so it doesn't look like this. So it looks. Oh my god, I think my audio cut again. I don't know from which point. Give me a second. So I'm just gonna repeat it. I don't think it cut from very early on. So I was saying that this is how you would fillet them for presentation, maybe just here in plasticity, um, or maybe you would use these just for like um, how would you call it product design, like this you would feel it if you would use this for product design or just like a render of the model and you wouldn't need to make UVs and high poly and low poly. Like this is what you would do, And this is what you would get also if you get a high poly, because these cuts you would never get in in real life. Like this is computer made. This it's impossible in real life. And this filleting gives the impression of like an actual object in real life. So okay, let's just continue. Like I'm gonna stop talking about that. So okay, just select this, and again, just bevel. Another one here. Okay, this little one. Okay, for these black holes is pretty easy. Just select them all. And I'm so sorry about the audio, guys. Like for some reason my microphone disconnects, and unless I check my other monitor, I can see if you can still hear the audio or not. So for this one, I wanted to show something cool. For example, like this, I made it too deep, and if you can see in the reference, like it's barely a little bit uh, in the pronounced. So for example, also I wanted to mention this little um, inset or extrusion or however you would want to call it. For example, this one, there's no need to make it here in plasticity. I just wanted to show you how you would make it, but this one you can make if you're doing like if you're gonna do the normal map, you can make this one in Substance Painter like pretty easily and in no time. Like there's no need to model it. But since in plasticity is already super fast, like it's also fast here, so it's the same thing. And also like you saw there, I made it like way too deep and really easily without the need of removing like the insets or whatever. I just select this face and I can make it more pronounced or less pronounced or whatnot. So that's really nice stuff here. Okay, we're missing this. Let's select these ones. D for fillet. Select this. D for fillet and not chamfer. This. Okay. Also for this we made a chamfer, but we also need to fillet the chamfer, like micro fillet, so it shows that we made it. What else? Okay, that's it. And if you see, you can tell now that it looks way better. And if we show now, you can now see like the hole here with this piece. Otherwise, you were not able to see it. In this part, I think we can select everything and this. Yeah, that's looking good. Isolate this to select every edge and select every edge and fill it. Also, the buttons we already, maybe not the back part. Yeah, not the back part. We already did the fillets for these. Remember when we were doing the curvature there? So we can now just select the back part, even though you're never gonna see it, but it's nice to have it for the high poly or just for presentation purposes. Let's select these both buttons and also the back part. Do like a small fillet. I think we're also missing this. I'll fillet. And always remember when you use the handle, sometimes there's a chamfer instead of a fillet, like you can see here, but you just click D and there we go. Like there's nothing wrong with that. What else? Oh yeah, this part. Oh no, it's done. Did we do the back part? Yes. Okay, we're missing the triangles. Let's select them. The small one here and the small one here. And there we go. Yeah, that's looking nice. The triggers. Oh. Actually, let's do both triggers at the same time. Go a little down. Let's select this both at the same time. Do like this. There we go. I think we're missing. Oh yeah. I also wanted to, before filleting, I wanted to make this like a curvature. So we can fillet this. There we go. Also this, 2. And there we go. There we go. I think we're done. Okay, I think now I also wanted to show you, like, for example, here it's already done. Like, everything's filleted, everything's modeled. Let's see. Yeah, everything's filleted and modeled. And, like, for example, this is already, like, really nice to leave it here. But I also wanted to show you, if you can see here. If you can see here, like, you can, like, left trigger, it has like an extrusion, and I wanted to show you how to do that. Even though if you're doing this as a game asset, like I was saying earlier, you can do this pretty easily in Substance Painter. But I want to show you how you would do it here in Plasticity. So let's do that. Let's do the left trigger first. So can you hear me still? Yes. So we click the face with 3, F for searching the function, and then we click text. It's really easy. If you ever forget, it's just text. And here you can change the font. Here's where you change what's, like, we just do L, and the size, I think it was 002. Yeah, let's do that. And then okay, and then it creates like a curve, and you can just like use it as a regular sketch that you would make. Put it in place, and then again, like, pretty repetitive stuff. You would, oh my god, you would do the same as with the buttons and all that. Like, you would extrude, and then body, Q, and there we go. Now 2 for edges and fillet. And there we go. Look, really nice. Really nice. Now the right trigger. F, text. R for right. Same font, 0.002, I think. Yeah. Okay. We get the curves. Put it in place. Okay. And then select every face but this one. Extrude it. Delete the curves. Select the face. Match face, so it's the same distance. Okay. Okay, I said 4, Q, bam. And for this one, it's like a pain to delete. Yeah, because so earlier I did like manually all this, so I'm gonna do it again manually. So just select every edge you want to fillet, which is like just the outline. Oh, what makes the R? A little bit here, a little bit here. This stuff, so it can look correct. And like I said, this is very extra. There's no need to put the text here, especially for game assets. There we go. And now we have the R. It looks super cool, by the way. Okay, so we can now do is the same, exactly the same, but just for these. I think these ones were easier. Um, so select the face, F, text, enter, C, L, and for this one, like it doesn't matter like the size because I'm just gonna scale it anyway. Just make them a little bit smaller. Nope, Q. Now this one, F, text, enter, the 2, no, 0.002. Okay, okay. Here, smaller. Select the faces and match them with the others. And okay. There we go. So 4 for body, select the button, select the letters, Q, okay. And for these ones, just select the entire, select the entire B. Yeah, okay, I can't, the R is gonna be, need to be manual again. For some reason it doesn't wanna with me. And it's fine, like there's always a workaround to any problem. Sometimes it's just a little bit more tedious, but it can be done. And that's nice, like knowing that you can always find how to fix anything. I might just speed this part up. I don't want you like stressing about selecting each edge or watching me select each edge while I mispronounce words. Okay. There we go. Finally. So this one. Finally. So sometimes these handles are like working with me. There we go. There we go. Nice. So Yeah, that's how you would do like text. And also, if you would want to like here, you would do the same technique. But like this, I would do it 100% in Substance Painter. It's really easy with like once you have the UVs and you know where you're gonna place these, like the label or just this the engravings, you can just easily in Photoshop put the text and then in Substance Painter just place it. So I'm not gonna do that, but you can of course do it yourself if you want to. Oh, and right now I just saw something there. Like it was showing like the trigger. Maybe also, yeah. But it's like in plasticity is super easy to edit even already made Boolean operation or extrusions or whatever. So now I'm gonna show you how to do the like the middle, this middle cut to give the impression of separation, and I'm gonna show you how to also keep like colors to make it more presentable. So okay, let's go to the side view. We can go to this one and isolate it because I want to show you something. We can put this and just put a line with the line tool in the very middle of the scene. So there's two ways of doing this. If you would want to have both plates separate, like you can just click C for cut and select the body, click OK, delete the line, and you have like a cut in the middle, but you have two bodies now. And this is how you would want it if you were making like the actual controller, because this is how it is in real life. But obviously not with this part in the middle, this face. Like it's like separated, but it's like two covers, and there's the insides where all the like the computer stuff and that is. So, but we don't want to do this because that would be overkill for this, and we don't need it. Like we're never gonna see the inside. So we can also with the same line we can go Shift I, select the body, okay, and for with Shift I, instead of cutting the mesh in the middle, it just imprints like the line where you were where you placed it. Like it just goes all around wherever you placed it. So for example, here it didn't cut here, but we can just join it and again Shift I, select the body, okay, delete it, and we have it here. But now we can, for example, we have it separated, but you can just select here X for delete and X for delete, and now you have it like a whole complete line, even though you were clicking delete. Okay, you can put it here, Shift I, select the body, okay, and then you can delete the line, select with two X, X, and you have it like a continuous line. Also here, X, X. There we go. So now we don't want it to go. Yeah, there. Yes, we can just. Oh, you can leave these lines here, but I want to show you that you can also edit them. So let's delete all these. That it's unnecessary. We don't need it. Let's delete. Okay. So now let's select. Oh, no, not that one. Let's select the one that's on the outer side, like the big one that goes all around, and select it all up until here. Then click P. Oh, let's deselect this. P, and then do like 0.02. Yeah, something like that. And there we go. Just like that, we have a middle line. And we can also select this one. Let's see if we can do them all at the same time. I don't think so. For some reason, like this tool sometimes doesn't want to work with me. Yeah. Let's remove this. P again, like the same 0.02. Okay, and there we go, just like that. And that's it. Like, I'm just gonna show you, like, for example, this is it. Like, there's nothing else I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do here in Plasticity. For example, I've seen people like texture it, like pretty simple texturing that you can stamp the text of Super Nintendo here, and you can see it in here in Plasticity or the start, But I'm not gonna do that, because if I'm gonna texture this, I'm gonna texture this in Substance Painter and not here, because I would want to make it like a whole, um, how do you say it, game asset. So I'm just gonna show you that you can also, like, just to make it look like prettier, because it's actually not doing anything. You can change the colors. I'm gonna do this like a darker gray. Let's change these first so you can see them. So you select this, click M, and you select the color like a darker gray. Do dark, click M again, and you can just edit the same one. There we go. So select the main body, like the buttons. M, and do like a grayish. Oh, maybe not that dark. Yeah, something like that. Oh, maybe even lighter. Yeah, and I'm just being picky. Like, it doesn't really matter, because it's just this is for fun. This is like a light purple. Oh no, not this one. This one's like a light purple, and this one's a dark purple. Yeah, and this one's like a bluish or grayish. Something like this. It doesn't look close. Yeah, something like, no, maybe lighter. There we go. These ones are a light gray. Maybe lighter. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Also, we can, like, this one is also like a darker. Oh, super dark. And this one, it's like a silver. And you can also, oh, it's already metal. Yeah, something like that. And that's it. Like, that's how you can start modeling here in Plasticity and get something really cool, like, really quickly. And this one, like I said, you can also use it for like a gaming asset. And it's, I don't know, I really like Plasticity. I've been messing around with it, and I've been really enjoying like the workflow you get with it. By the way, you can also like organize this, like Control G, and let's say controller. And of course, you can name each one like main body or whatever, main body, and of course, like, keep it organized. And yeah, guys, like, this is it. This is what you can do. I'm sorry if it was like a little bit more sped up in the second half of the video, but it was my second time recording it, and I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to like rush it out. So if you have any questions, you can put them out in the comment section below, and I will be responding to every single one of them. By the way, like I said at the beginning, I'm also working on a full workflow tutorial. Like, I'm doing a complete game asset using Plasticity. I'm planning on doing like the whole modeling here in Plasticity, then taking it to making the complete high poly, then the complete low poly, doing the UVs in Maya, the cleanup, the texturing in Substance Painter, and then the rendering in Marmoset, and all with Plasticity as the main modeling program, because I think it's really, really powerful to doing hard surface assets. I'm planning on doing like a regular, like, more beginner to intermediate model for the full workflow, and then I'm planning on doing like a weapon, like a handgun or something with plasticity all the way through the end. If people are enjoying like the content with plasticity and are interested in learning that. But yeah, for now, like I hope this is helpful, and I hope you enjoy using plasticity as much as I did. Uh, and and if you would like to see any other asset like me commentating and creating it, we can do it together, and I would be very happy to help you out. Um, so yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like, don't forget to subscribe or share it with your friends or share it with someone who would find it useful. Thank you very much. See you.